Yes, not bad at all.
Oh, Nita, were there any messages while we were at lunch?
Yeah, there's a call from the painter, but I took care of it.
Oh, is he going to come next Monday?
Yes, he said he would, but I'm going to call him tomorrow just to make sure.
Great, thanks, hon. Nita has been a lifesaver. I don't know what I would have done without her.
Are you having trouble with the renovations?
Trouble? Trouble is not the word, Ellie. Look at this place. It's barely started. I can't imagine how we're going to open on time.
Well, is there some way I can help?
Yes. You can continue to come by and offer your support from time to time.
Well, you have that.
Paige, I got
Oh,
something.
just a minute, Nita. I don't want to keep you. I know you have to get back to the station.
There's no rush. What time do you want me to come by for you this evening?
You tell me.
Well, I told Vicky we'd meet her at her place around 7.
Fine.
I thought we'd have a drink there and then go to the Top of the World Club from Vicky's.
So you'll be around, what, 6:30?
If that's good for you.
Oh, Nita, what time is my appointment with Mrs. Oliver from the orphanage charity?
5 o'clock.
Ha, great.
Is something wrong, Nita?
No, it's not important. I guess it can wait.
What is it, hon?
Well, while I was away on my lunch break, I found this slipped under the door.
Oh, I really missed you since you and Mrs. Wheeler were on the outs with each other.
And I missed you, too.
Well, I'm real glad you're friends again.
Well, let's just say that we're working on it. It's going to take a little time, Vivi.
What's going to take time?
For us to be good friends again.
I think we made a good start. Will you join me for lunch?
What did you want to see me about, Iris?
Justin.
You also have some explaining to do about Ashley.
All right, thank you very much. Honey, the man at the phone company said the phone service was restored at the cabin late yesterday afternoon.
Then Barrett was calling from the cabin. So Steve is there.
Let's go.
Grandma, Ginny and Ryan gone?
Yes, they went to talk to Steve.
Oh, well, have they found Steve and Barrett?
Yes, they're at the summer cabin on the lake.
How did they know that?
Well, Barrett called Ginny.
Barrett told her where they were?
No, but while she was talking to him on the telephone, she heard a train whistle in the background.
The tracks down by the cabin.
Yes. And the man at the rent-a-car place said he remembered Steve talking about going fishing.
Why did Barrett take Steve to the cabin?
Well, I guess he must have thought that was the last place anybody would look for them.
Yes, but you'd think that Barrett would try to get Steve out of the state as soon as possible. I mean, he would know that Ryan and Ginny would call the police, wouldn't he?
Now, Steve left of his own free will. He wasn't kidnapped. I suspect Barrett wasn't even thinking about the police.
Barrett tricked Steve into thinking that Ginny didn't love him anymore, Grandma.
I know. I just hope when Ryan and Ginny find him that he will believe them.
Dad, I thought you said you were coming swimming with me.
We don't have time for a swim right now.
But you said...
We're leaving right now. Go get dressed and pack your bags.
Dad!
Now!
Texas, starring Beverly McKinsey.
Is there anything wrong, Paige?
No, everything's fine. Someone's just playing a practical joke on me, only I don't find it very amusing.
Listen, I think I'll take a drive to Maggie's and see how Billy Joe's doing.
Sure.
I won't be long.
More publicity stills from the film?
Nita must think I am crazy, Elliot.
I wouldn't worry about that.
She was here when the other envelope was slipped under the door. Told her it was something from the real estate man. I don't think she believed me then either.
Nita seems to be very understanding.
I don't understand it, Elliot. Why would someone do this to me?
The question isn't why, but who.
I think I know the answer to that question. There are only a few people in Houston who know about that film. Besides you and me, Dennis, Pete Parnell, and that leaves one other person.
You think it was Iris?
I should have known it was her from the very beginning.
Iris wouldn't do a thing like this,
Oh,
Kate.
yes, she would.
No, Iris would be as worried as you are about the possibility of this being made public. You were her daughter-in-law. That's still family.
She told me she wanted me out of Houston in no uncertain terms, and that she wouldn't stop until I left.
But your divorce from Dennis is final now. You're out of his life altogether. That's all Iris ever wanted. What could she possibly hope to gain by taunting you this way?
I don't know. But I intend to find out.
Ashley, I remember some terrific summers. That cabin down by the lake.
What do you like to remember the most?
Well, my dad, about 5 a.m. every morning, he'd take us fishing.
5 a.m.
Yeah. Then he'd get dressed up in his three-piece suit, and he'd go off to Houston and wheel and deal for Marshall Oil. You know that Alex Wheeler started his career working for my dad.
Yes. You know, he told me that. He was very proud of it.
One day, I'm going to take my kids fishing down at that lake at 5 a.m. And then I'm going to dress up in my suit, go off to Houston, wheel and deal for Marshall Oil once again. It's a nice dream, isn't it?
It sure is.
It's happening a little quicker than I had imagined. Our first son is on the way.
Well, it's going to be a couple of years before we can go fishing.
Iris, you tricked me. How? You told me that Ashley wasn't really pregnant, knowing that I would tell Justin, and all the while she really is pregnant.
I never intended to mention Ashley to you at all. I know how you loathe her.
But you did mention her.
It just slipped out without my realizing it. You know I do that all the time with you, Rena, and you should have known it was confidential.
Well, she claims that she's pregnant.
I'm glad.
If she is.
You said she had copies of the medical report from the doctor.
Well, that's what she said they were. But who knows? I didn't see them.
I'm sure Justin knows.
Well, it really doesn't matter now. No two people deserved each other more.
Darling, Ashley is really a very nice girl.
Iris, if you want to be her friend, that's your business, but I don't want to have any part of it.
All right.
Okay. I understand that there's a World Oil board meeting this afternoon to dump Justin.
Yes.
Good.
I can't allow him to continue given the bad publicity the company's had lately.
Bad publicity? Is that the only reason you're dumping him, or have you finally realized what a terrible person he is?
Both.
Now, that really surprises me.
Do you think I'm incapable of learning from my mistakes?
No, but Justin really did a number on you, Iris. And with Ashley always singing his praises, I wasn't sure whether you'd ever come to your senses about him.
I have.
You realize that this is going to put a strain on your relationship with Ashley.
You let me worry about that.
Okay.
I know you feel that Justin is responsible for Max's death.
He is.
Darling, I felt the same way about Ryan.
There's a difference. You were wrong about Ryan. I'm right about Justin.
But when I felt the way I did, I didn't know that Ryan wasn't responsible.
There's absolutely no doubt in my mind about Justin. Max had proof.
Justin may be indirectly responsible. That's true. But to spend the rest of your life seeking revenge against him, that's wrong.
It's not going to take the rest of my life, Iris. Maybe 3, 4 months, the most.
Rena, it will only destroy you. I can't allow that to happen.
Iris, my mother gives me that lecture at least once a day.
It's time you started believing it.
You have to understand that Max was the most important thing in my life to me. I loved him. I wanted to have his children, and I wanted to grow old with him. Justin took all those years away from me.
I understand your pain and your loss. But revenge against Justin won't lessen the pain. You have wonderful parents and friends who love you.
I can't let him win. I just can't do it.
In the long run, he won't win. But you'll lose. You'll lose everyone you love. Look what happened to me. Is that what you want for yourself? Is revenge against Justin really that important to you, Rena? I'm telling you, it's not worth it. Give up. Please, before you destroy yourself.
Hi.
Hi. How's your son?
Oh, he's fine. I just gave him his bottle, so he'll be sleeping for a while.
Oh, good.
Where's Paige?
She had to go talk to someone. Paige told me that you and Billy Joe have just recently gotten a divorce.
Yes, we have.
I'm sorry to hear about that. Paige seems to like both you and Billy Joe.
You know, Mr. Carrington, I still care about him. But sometimes two people who care about each other have to separate for everybody's good. And I guess this is just one of those times.
I know how difficult that can be. So does Paige. I suppose you know that she and my son Dennis have recently come through a difficult divorce themselves.
Yeah, I know. Does she and Dennis, do they ever see each other anymore?
Oh, not very often. They run into each other occasionally, but Dennis is still very uncomfortable around Paige.
Do you think he's ever going to get over that?
Well, I thought so in the beginning, but now I begin to wonder.
I don't think Billy Joe isn't very comfortable around me either. But how about you? You've been divorced from Mrs. Wheeler. How do you feel around her now?
Oh, I don't have any problem being around Iris now.
Billy Joe won't even see me now. I keep thinking he's going to get over it, but doesn't look like he is.
There's no sign of them anywhere, Ryan.
Well, maybe they weren't here. We don't know for sure. Bear a phone from here.
Someone's been here, though.
How do you know?
There's milk in the refrigerator.
Well, does anybody else have keys to the place?
Just the family, as far as I know.
So Justin and Paige could have been here this weekend, right?
Maybe. Why don't you call Justin and ask him if he's the one that had the phone service turned on?
Okay, I think I'm going to drive around and see if anybody's seen someone around here.
Well, honey, the cabins are pretty far apart.
Yeah, but if anybody was out of the lake, they would have been easily spotted.
Maybe.
It's not much to go on, but it's worth a try. You want to stay here or you want to come with me?
I remember when I brought Steve up here last summer for a week. We had such a good time. Ryan!
What?
Steve's been here.
Huh?
These are his basketball and track medals.
You sure?
I'm positive he took him to camp with him, and he took him on that camping trip with Buddy and Buddy Jr.
Are you sure these weren't kept here from last summer?
No. I think that he's coming back. Steve wouldn't have just gone and left these medals here.
I'll be back.
What's wrong with the car?
Not sure.
Why did we have to leave in such a hurry? I wanted to go swimming.
You can swim later.
Where are we going?
Stop asking so many questions.
Are we going back to the cabin?
No,
I liked it there. Mom took me there last summer.
you told me.
We had a real neat time. Mom decided to take me out in the motorboat. And guess what? We ran out of gas.
That's typical of your mother, not planning ahead. Not having any gasoline for the boat.
I was responsible for that. It wasn't Mom's fault. But she was real cool about it.
Why don't you wait in the car? It's hot out here.
I want to know where we're going.
I haven't decided yet.
What are you so mad about?
I'm not mad at you, son. It's the car, the inconvenience. Why don't you wait in the shade, okay?
Kate, it's too hot to be baking.
Well, I just had to keep busy. I didn't know what else to do with myself.
Did Jenny or Ryan call yet?
Jenny just called.
Did they find Steve?
She said that Steve and Barrett were at the cabin.
But they've gone.
Ryan has gone out, walking around in the neighborhood to see if he could find anyone who saw or talked to them.
I'm so sorry about all this.
Poor Jenny. Just when she was so happy.
I don't think Steve will be able to stay away from her for very long.
Well, Barrett may not allow him to get in touch with her.
Steve loves Jenny so much. He'll find a way. Besides, he told me that he promised Rena he'd take care of her after Max died. So I don't think he'll be able to stay away from her for very long either.
I hope not. Are you coming along with your job hunting?
Not very good. I'm beginning to wonder whether I ought to go into Houston and look for something.
Now, Vicki Bellman told me she'd give you a job at KVIK.
I know. But I hate the thought of living in the city, the way my grandfather's been acting lately.
Is he back in jail?
Yes.
Well, what happened this time?
Well, he went to the AA group once, and things were going pretty well. But then he stopped by the Dewdrop Inn, and that was it.
You know, honey, you should talk to Ryan about taking over for your grandfather.
What do you mean, taking over?
Well, I mean having the property put in your name. Now, your grandfather isn't responsible enough to take care of it, to pay the taxes and all that.
I've been doing that. I've been doing that for a couple of years now.
Well, but you need to have the legal part of it taken care of before he can do anything foolish.
I don't think he'd ever do anything like that.
Well, will you talk to Ryan anyway?
Okay. As soon as Ryan and Jenny find Steve and things settle down, I'll talk to him.
Fine.
Miss Kate, you do think they're going to find Steve, don't you?
Yes. I'm sure they will.
Did you find anyone who saw Steve or Barrett?
Yeah, a man saw them fishing this morning. A woman who lives 2 cabins down drove by earlier and saw them putting suitcases in the car.
Mrs. Sullivan?
That's right. She stopped her car, honked the horn because she hadn't seen Barrett in a long time. She wanted to talk to him. He just ignored her.
I still think they're coming back here.
Because of Steve's medals? Honey, look, if Barrett was in a hurry, Steve probably just forgot the medals.
But once Steve realized that he'd forgotten him, he'd make Barrett come back here.
But who knows where they're going to be? And from the way he snubbed Mrs. Sullivan, I just don't think he's going to be coming back.
Honey, Barrett couldn't do that to Steve, and those medals were too precious to him.
Do you want to stay here and wait for them?
I don't know what I want to do. If they're leaving town, maybe
Maybe we should go back to the rent-a-car place and wait for them to...
Honey, we don't know that they are leaving town.
Oh, fine.
No, I know what we can do. I'm going to ask Mrs. Sullivan to be a lookout so that if Barrett and Steve too come back here, well, she can just call us. Or if they go to the rent-a-car place, Mrs. Keir or Mr. Craig can call us, all right?
All right. Think we should take the medals with us?
Absolutely.
What if Steve comes back, finds the medals are gone, he'll think someone stole them?
Just leave him a note, all right?
Okay. That's a good idea. Let me see if I can find some paper. Okay.
Hold your horses, I'm coming.
Oh, it's Irisine.
Just a minute. I'll have to ask her. Mrs. Carrington is here to see you.
You may go now. Well, I haven't seen you for a while.
You mean since you fired me from the Top of the World Club for the second time and threw me out of Alex's suite?
You told me then you were leaving Houston.
I changed my mind.
If you were ever really planning to leave.
Are you really so unhappy about my staying in Houston that you'd do anything to get rid of me, Iris?
I beg your pardon?
I asked you a simple, direct question in English.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, don't you?
I said I didn't.
I'm talking about the pictures you slipped under my door.
What pictures?
All right, Iris. Since you insist on playing games, I guess I'm going to have to spell it out for you. I'm talking about the publicity stills from the movie that I made from Chris. You remember the little pictures he showed you?
What about them?
Only 3 people in Houston know about that film, other than Dennis and me. One is in jail, one is dead, and that only leaves you.
I still don't know what you're talking about.
Someone slipped those pictures under the door of the boutique I'm opening at the Galleria. Someone is trying to use those pictures against me. And I think that someone is you.
You coming in town with me today?
Well, I sure will if you want me to.
I'd like your company, your support.
You've got it.
I wish I knew what to expect at that board meeting, Ashley.
Oh, sweetheart, I've already told you. They're going to vote in a new president, and you're going to run the production division.
You sure?
Well, I think that's the worst that can happen.
Now, what's the best?
Well, Iris Wheeler could appoint you to the board.
I doubt that.
Well, you never know. Anyway, she might do it later on, after all this furor with Ryan Connor, dies down.
I have prepared a little speech to make before the members of the board.
What kind of speech?
I wanted to explain to them why I accused Ryan Connor of misappropriating funds from World Oil.
I don't know that that's such a great idea.
Actually, I have to make my position clear. Otherwise, they'll just accuse me of all sorts of motives, like railroading Ryan Connor out of World Oil so that I could become president. Who do you think would be a good president?
I really don't know. Iris didn't give me any indication, didn't volunteer anything, and I didn't think it was my place to ask.
It's probably that Davenport guy.
Why him?
Well, he's been around for a long time. He's a company man. I think that that's the image that the company wants to present now.
Do you like him?
Yeah. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think he is one of the officers on the board of directors that was very excited about the oil production division.
Well, great. It sounds like you'd be a good man to be president then. I mean, he'd give you free reign, wouldn't he?
Maybe.
Well, look who's here.
Hello, you two. What a nice domestic scene. How's the little mother?
Well, as a matter of fact, Miss Rena, we were just on our way into town. If you'll excuse us.
Excuse us.
Bye-bye. If you want to go up the stables and talk to Guy, I'll watch the pie.
Thank you.
Did the workmen finish in the living room?
Yes, they finished an hour ago. I'm glad to see them gone.
Sure looks pretty, doesn't it?
I smell a Kate Marshall apple pie cooking.
Rena.
You trying to keep busy, honey?
Yes, I have been. You know how I am about idle hands.
The Devil's Workshop, I think is what you call it. I don't know if that's the right expression, but it's close enough.
Hi, Rena.
Hi, honey.
Would you like some coffee? Oh, have you talked to Jenny?
Yes, she called me from the cabin by the lake. She and Ryan are on their way down here now.
Oh, I'm glad.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, I think the living room looks beautiful, and I love that new staircase.
Well, it's not new. They just sanded the wood and painted the walls a color.
Oh, don't you like it?
It's all right. Now, how about some coffee, Lurleen?
All right.
Can you stay a while?
Yes. Do you want me to do something for you?
No. Guy wants to see me. I won't be gone long.
Okay.
She's really upset about Steve.
Yes, she is. I suppose having Justin here doesn't help much either.
Well, he's been staying out of her way.
How do you get along with him?
Okay. Well, he was real nice to me when
Bubba Wadsworth attacked you?
Did Jenny tell you what happened?
Jenny kept her promise, honey. I figured it out by myself. Don't you know that I was as worried about you as Jenny?
Jenny's really mad at me because I won't take Bubba to the sheriff.
No. She's not mad. She understands.
I don't want everyone in the county to know.
People aren't going to blame you. No one would dare say that you led Bubba on.
Yes, they will.
Jenny, Kate, and I don't think so, and neither does Justin.
Everyone else will.
Honey, people around here know what kind of person Bubba Wadsworth is.
I don't want people looking at me and saying, there's the girl that Bubba tried to rape. I'd be so embarrassed and ashamed.
He's the one who should be embarrassed and ashamed.
He doesn't think he did anything wrong.
Honey, if the sheriff was only able to arrest him, then...
It wouldn't have done any good.
I think you're wrong.
No, I'm not. Besides, he's not going to bother me anymore. He knows that Miss Kate will shoot him if he tries anything. I'm sure of it.
I can't believe that you really think I would resort to slipping pornographic photographs under someone's door.
I think you're capable of anything.
Oh, I won't deny I would like to see you leave Houston for good.
I'm sure you would.
But give me a little credit. If I set my heart on doing something, I'd make sure I did it in a more orthodox fashion than slipping photographs under your door.
Oh, I give you plenty of credit, Iris. I'm certain that if you have a copy of those photos, you have a copy of the film, too, and I want to know what you intend on doing with it.
I don't have the photographs or the film. I don't make a habit of bringing pornography into my home, and I would appreciate it if you wouldn't come forcing your way in here making accusations like that.
I don't know what you're planning, Iris, but I'm not going to let you get away with it.
I'm not planning anything, and I don't respond to threats. Now, I suggest you leave before I have you thrown out. Vivian!
I'm warning you, Iris. If you're involved in this in any way...
Show this woman to the door.
Did Mrs. Carrington find out about that party Dennis says he's going to throw to embarrass her?
Not exactly. And I wish you wouldn't call her Mrs. Carrington. Paige and my son are divorced.
That's still her legal name, isn't it? She upset you, didn't she?
No, not really. It's Dennis who's upset me, and that dreadful party of his.
Is there any way to put this party off?
How can you even ask that?
I just wondered. I thought there was something we could do.
Everyone is already invited. I mean, what would I say? You know it's impossible to cancel now.
What are you going to do then?
All I can do is try to get my hands on that...
That what?
Don't you think it's about time you told me the truth about this party, Mrs. Wheeler? Just what is it that Dennis is going to do that's going to embarrass Mrs. Carrington at this party?
I can't discuss that with you.
Why not?
Because you'd be too shocked.
Well, I'm going to be at the party, and if you don't get some help in stopping Dennis, we're all going to be shocked.
You're right. You remember all the talk about the pornographic film that Paige made?
The one Chris Shaw wanted you to give him $1 million for?
That's right.
What about it?
Dennis is planning to show that film at the party.
We've got to stop him. You're the one who's going to give the party. How do you think you're going to live that down?
I know we have to stop him.
How?
Somehow we have to find that film and put another one in its place.
I understand my mother offered you a job at KVIK.
T.J. Canfield put her up to that.
T.J.?
I was at Jenny's wedding reception, and the next thing I knew, T.J. had asked your mother to offer me a job.
That's very interesting.
Well, I thought it was really nice of him, don't you?
Yes, it was.
You don't like him very much, do you?
Not all that much.
He's really good looking.
Yes, he's really good looking. Why don't you want to work at a television station?
Oh, I don't want to work in the city. I like it out here.
I can understand that. Max felt the same way.
I've been looking for a job out here in Marshall Village.
Have you found something yet?
No. If I don't find something soon, I may have to look for a job in Houston.
Well, you hang in there, honey, as long as you can, because being happy is the most important thing.
I know. But now that the well blew up, my granddaddy and I don't have much money coming in. I need a job.
You know, Ginny and I think that you should go back to school. Now, we're willing to pay some of the expenses so that you...
I have been through this with Jenny. I don't want to take her money or yours. I appreciate the offer.
Okay, but if you change your mind...
I'll be all right.
Well, I gotta get back into the city.
Aren't you going to wait for Jenny and Ryan?
No, but I'll be coming back later.
Hello, Kate.
I'm so sorry you didn't find Steve and Barrett.
Oh, we're going to find them soon enough. At least we know now that they're still in Texas, right?
You look so tired, Jenny. Why don't you sit down for a while?
I'm okay. Where are Justin and Ashley?
Well, I've gone into Houston for the World Oil Board meeting.
Justin's going to the board meeting?
Well, that's what he said. Are you surprised?
I sure am. He knows he's going to get dumped as president. I would think the whole thing would embarrass him.
I just hope Justin doesn't have some trick up his sleeve this time.
Well, I don't think he's going to find any way to get out of this.
You should be there, Ryan. After all, you still own 1/3 of the company.
Well, I gave my proxy to TJ, so however he votes is just fine with me.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Rena.
Hello. Ginny, why don't we talk?
I'm sorry. I think I'm okay, and then I burst into tears.
You have to explain a single thing to me, I understand. What do you have in your hand there?
Steve's track and basketball medals.
Where'd you get them?
At the lake cabin. I don't think I'm ever going to see my child again, Rena.
Honey, don't say that because it's not true. You will see him.
Well, even if I do, he doesn't think I want him now or love him anymore.
Once you explain to him that his father is the one who tricked him into going away, I think you'll finally see what his father is really like, and he'll never want to have anything to do with him.
Can't have him growing up hating his father.
Maybe you can keep him from hating him, but you've got to keep Steve away from him.
Oh, I wonder what kind of ideas Barrett's putting in Steve's head about me.
Ginny, Steve loves you, honey. And he's a smart boy. It may take him a little while, but he'll find out what Barrett is up to eventually.
I hope so.
Oh. Listen, are you going to be all right for a while? Okay. I gotta go back into town.
What for?
Oh, something I've wanted to do for a long time. I'll tell you all about it later.
How you doing, Vivian? My mother here?
No, she went to the World Oil Building for a board meeting.
She left already?
Well, yeah, aren't you supposed to be there too?
Just came by to see if she needed a lift.
She and Mr. Wheeler went together.
Well, in that case, I better get a move on. I don't want to be late.
Dennis!
My vote.
I just want to talk to you a minute about your and Mrs. Wheeler throwing this party tonight for Mr. Carrington.
Where's Dennis?
Oh, he'll be here soon, I'm sure.
Are you sure that you want to go through with this plan of making me chairman of the board of World Oil?
You're Alex's brother.
Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily follow that I become chairman of his company.
I think Alex would have wanted it that way.
But do you want it that way? I mean, after all, you and Dennis each own a third of the company. That's the controlling stock.
I have great faith in you, Grant. You've been handling all my personal finances since Alex died.
Well, I appreciate
And
that.
you've done an excellent job with the banks you own. At the moment, I think you are the person best suited for the job.
With the exception of Ryan Connor.
He's refused to come back to the company.
I think he could still be persuaded to come.
No, I'm afraid not. Anyway, I think things have worked out fairly well, all things considered.
Something's bothering you.
I'll be all right.
Is it the meeting?
No.
Is it the party tonight?
Why do you say that?
Well, I know what a perfectionist you can be.
I'm a little worried.
With all the entertaining that you've done?
Every party has its own problems.
Well, I wouldn't worry about it. From what I've heard about all the preparations, I'm sure that Elliot's going to have a fine surprise.
I wish the other people would get here so we could get started with this meeting.
Elliot, you shouldn't have waited. I know you have to get back to the station.
I couldn't have gotten any work done knowing the state you were in. Did you see Iris? What did she say?
She denied everything, of course.
Did you tell her about the publicity stills?
She said she knew nothing about them. Elliot, what am I going to do?
Well, the first thing you're going to do is try not to be so upset.
Someone has a copy of that film. I know it.
No, you don't know that.
And he's going to use it against me.
Paige, don't get yourself worked up like this.
Whoever slipped those photos under my door must have a copy of the film, too.
It's not necessarily true. Don't forget that Chris Shaw was asking Iris for $1 million for that film.
What does that prove?
Well, if there'd been other copies of the film floating around, I don't think his price would have been that high. And Chris Shaw's copy of the film is in the district attorney's possession.
But how did he get the stills?
I don't know.
And why is he slipping it under the door?
I can't answer that either. I don't have the answers, Paige. But I'm going to try to get them.
How?
I'll talk to someone in the film lab at KVIK and see where you could go to reproduce photographs of that kind or a movie.
Do you really think that that would help?
Well, they deal with all the film labs in Houston. If that doesn't turn up anything, then I'll think of something else, but we will work it out some way.
Vivian, I have to get to that board meeting.
This isn't going to take very much of your time. I just wanted to talk to you about the preparations I've made for this party. So sit down a minute. Just a minute.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, the party is in excellent hands.
Now, Mrs. Wheeler tells me that this is a party to honor Mr. Carrington.
That's right.
But he doesn't know anything about it.
No. You see, Dad thinks that Vicky's taking Paige and him to dinner to honor him for the journalism award he won for the documentary he did. But the thing is, Dad doesn't know that anyone else is going to be there.
Oh, and Mrs. Wheeler says that you're going to show this documentary at the party.
I am, yeah.
Oh, I just think that's a wonderful idea.
Well, I'm certainly glad you approve.
So I was wondering, since I'm in charge of everything else, if you'd like me to be in charge of showing that documentary.
Well, that's nice of you to offer, but it's already been taken care
Well,
of.
it's no trouble to me.
It's
I
already
would
been
love
arranged,
to do it.
Vivian.
Oh.
Now, is there anything else?
Mm-mm. Wait a minute. I want to talk to you about something else that's been on my mind, and that is...
What?
I thought maybe you would need a housekeeper.
A housekeeper?
Yes, because ever since you and Paige and Mrs. Carrington were separated and everything, I've been very worried about you cleaning your own apartment.
Well, I don't mind. It's not that big.
I don't mind either, and I don't think it's something that a man should have to do.
You're not a male chauvinist, are you?
Well, I don't know what that means, but I've got some time right now. And what I was thinking, if you gave me the keys to your apartment, I could go right over there and get started on it while you were at that board meeting.
Well, that's nice of you to offer, but let me think about it. Right now, I don't think the apartment needs any cleaning. But if Mom calls, look, just tell her that I'll be there as soon as I can, all right?
Sorry, Mrs. Wheeler, I tried. I really did.
TJ, how are you?
Hey, fine, thanks.
You know Iris Wheeler?
Yes, we met at the last meeting. Are you voting Stryker's proxy?
The Strikers and Ryan Connors. Hello, Iris.
Jimbo, it's nice to see you again.
Hello, Jimbo.
Oh, excuse us. You look a little surprised to see me.
No, you said you'd be here.
Just keeping my part of the bargain. I'll vote with you today, and you'll throw one hell of a party tonight. Right?
Rena.
Iris.
Thank you, dear.
Thank you. Gentlemen?
Hello, Rena.
You don't think you're voting your daddy's proxy, do you?
No, I'm not voting his proxy.
Let's get seated, shall we? Get this meeting started. Rena, sit over here, please.
Thank you. Hello, Justin.
Rena, what are you doing here?
I'm announcing Rena's appointment as a director of World Oil. And I'm nominating her as the head of the oil production division to replace Mr. Marshall. Now, if you gentlemen will excuse me, I have other business to attend to. Grant will vote my proxy. Good day, Justin.
Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Texas.